It's not even out of focus, out of angle. I'm not sure. Let's go for it anyway. Feeling all levels of fancy because I'm drinking out of a teacup and saucer, and I haven't done that in such a long time. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Hannah Fleming-Hill, talking faith, life and learning, being a Christian, being a millennial Christian in the 21st century. Sounds very dramatic saying in the 21st century, but you know, being a millennial Christian in today's day and age. So Lent has started and seems a bit of a weird one this year, same kind of as it was last year, but I think everyone kind of was still up for Lent, being that lockdown had sort of just started and we didn't know kind of the challenge that we had ahead of us. Now we are coming up into a year into lockdown and it's weird, definitely, kind of to think that. Feels like so much has happened, yet it also feels like, not that it feels like it has just started, but almost like that it wasn't that long ago where we didn't even know what COVID-19, coronavirus, lockdown, social, physical distancing, as I prefer to think of it, and church online as well. And Grumbly Doggy agrees with me. It's been weird. So Lent is the time that as Christians we reflect upon Jesus's 40 days in the desert. And during this time Satan came to Jesus and tempted him with food and water and kind of recovery from being in the desert, as long as Jesus would bow down to Satan. Jesus said no, and you know, stood up to the devil, and I don't think we coped through it, but went through this time and was able to come out at the other side, and carried on with his ministry, and then also his amazing sacrifice of dying for us later on the cross. And so as Christians we try to take 40 days to give up and be self-disciplined, and whilst you know, I don't think anyone could do sort of what Jesus did, but sort of do our time of that in like obviously reflection in mirroring what he did, but also I think it's important that we reflect upon what he did and how we can kind of try to do our part in our living. But I'd seen on Twitter, as over the last few weeks, people saying, oh, I'm thinking of things to give up for Lent, how about Zoom? Now I know it's sort of tongue-in-cheek, but actually I kind of get where people are feeling. They don't want to give up a little bit of chocolate or even alcohol or just sort of, you know, TV and things like that, because we've already given up so much this last year. So absolutely no judgment or anything for those of you who do want to give up things, and absolutely no judgment for those who don't want to give up things. I am doing a little bit of both. I am giving up something, but also I'm trying to take stuff up as well. So personally, I do have kind of mixed, it's not even feelings, it's mixed experience of giving things up at Lent. I think Lent is obviously a great time of reflection, but I think the whole kind of giving stuff up just because it's Lent, and also I have terrible willpower, so I've said in the past I'll give up chocolate, and then kind of like a week and a bit in, I saw a Kit Kat and I wanted it. So I kind of don't feel I always do Lent or giving up at Lent very well. So hence why I'm kind of less trying to focus as like on top of the whole limitations of lockdown, but I'm not trying to give up something, but take something up. And for me, it's easy to kind of want to give up something that is a kind of vanity sacrifice. So at the moment I have given up alcohol, partly because it'd be better for my health and my skin, which hasn't been very happy at the moment, and you know, kind of the benefits of not drinking so much. But actually it's easy for me to have a drink on an evening or a weekend, so partly I'm trying to give up because it's such an easy thing for me to do. But also I want to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable, and actually will make me better when I come out the other side. So rather than giving up something, I'm trying to do something or take up something that I will feel motivated to do for various reasons. So I am trying to get up between 5 and 5:15 during Lent. So this is for a number of different reasons. So number one, I need more time in the morning to pray and study and try to be with God. I'm relatively okay at getting up early-ish, normally kind of 6:30 in the mornings, but I then feel I'm rushed in the mornings and I kind of rush through the routine of reading my Bible and praying and trying to be with God. And I have got a challenging year ahead of me. I mean, we've gone through a challenging year, but there's a lot of personal stuff going on over 2021. But I need to be with God during this year. I need him holding me up because it is going to be a tough year. So I want to make sure that my relationship is growing with God, and therefore I need to make sure I am spending more time in prayer and trying to just be with God. So for me, that is kind of, it's just giving myself more time to do that in the morning. Reason number two, it's kind of the same reason, but give myself more time in the morning to do the other things I want to do as well. So actually, if I've got that extra time in prayer, and actually that then helps me feel better for the day ahead, hopefully the things that I want to do then going forward in the day will be better. I've got a number of projects going on trying to do so. There's general work that I do, my day job. There is then my freelancing that's starting to take up again, which is yay, that's great. Thank you, Jesus, for that, because that is fully God's hand in that. I'm trying to take up my tea channel again, and it's just life, just living and, you know, housework and maintenance and sorting out life that I have to do. So I'm trying to kind of do all of that on top of everything else. So I need that extra time in the morning. So obviously first priority is prayer, and then kind of like filling out the morning of trying to do general stuff, and then obviously being able to start work in the morning as well. And then reason number three, of more of the kind of the stick side rather than the carrot, but actually to challenge myself. I love sleep, I love my bed, I love sleep. So actually getting up in the morning and being strict with myself of not having a lie-in and, you know, snooze, 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 snooze on the alarm, actually getting up and getting started with the day, actually challenging myself to do that, it is going to be hard. You know, it's all right the first few days. We're in only kind of like less than a week. So it'll be interesting to see how days 20 to 40 are going to go. But actually I'm going to challenge myself that I can do this. Get up, Hannah. So it might sound kind of a silly thing to do, but for me, honestly, it will probably be a challenge as we go on. But I think it's something that, for me, has biblical roots. So, you know, there's a lot of Bible verses where it says, and Jesus got up early and prayed and, you know, went off to spend time with God. You know, I think if Jesus is doing it, it's something that I need to be making sure I'm doing in my life as well. I am naturally a morning person. I do get up normally, well, weekdays I can get up kind of 6 to 6:45 depending on what time I go to bed. But you know, generally I do like getting up early. I like getting a start on the day and getting up not before everyone else, it's only me and Josh, but actually just getting up and feeling like I've not missed half the day. On weekends, it's a different matter. I do like my sleep on the weekends, and work and life is generally busy, so I do try to take weekends as my time of, time for us as a family, us and the dog, but actually just having time just to rest. So, but then I do find it's kind of, you know, creeping closer and closer to lunchtime, and then, as I say, half the day's gone. But in terms of other inspiring people within the Bible, one that I do like coming back to is the wife of noble character in Proverbs 31. Quite the domestic role model, and someone I suppose I want to be inspired by and kind of echo within my life. So it does say, are we carrying on? Cool. Super prepared, and my camera battery dies again. So apologies if angle and lineup is a bit out. So I was about to start talking about the woman in Proverbs 31, someone who I think is quite a kind of inspiration. There are so many people within the Bible who we can take inspiration from, but I think in terms of kind of female goal setting, I suppose, domestic inspiration, domestic, professional, personal inspiration from, is the woman from Proverbs 31. I won't read the whole thing, but if you know of her, obviously cool. If you don't, I would recommend going and reading Proverbs 31. Not that all women should be like her, but actually I feel for me, I want to take her lifestyle and kind of there's so many things that you can take from it that's a good thing. Joyce Meyer does a brilliant talk on her. But anyway, my point for today's video is that she says 31:15, she gets up while it is still night, she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. Let's kind of ignore the female servants part, I don't have any, but the whole kind of getting up while it's still night isn't the fact of let's get up, you know, just because it's dark, but gets up and gives herself time to do things. You know, gets up whilst, you know, before the you know, before everyone else is awake and up and doing things, and provides food for her family. So whilst Josh works, so it's not that I need to work to provide food for us, but actually, you know, there is nothing wrong with getting up for a purpose and intentionality of being more productive for the day so I can provide for my family. I mean, the three of us, the two of us and the dog. But it's still kind of, actually, it shows that there is biblical roots in getting up early. So yeah, maybe I should try and take up all of, you know, or at least many of her traits. That would be brilliant. And that's maybe something for me to work on in the future. But for the moment, getting up early will be mine. So here we are, only a few days into Lent at the time of filming. It's Sunday. So we are what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days into Lent. So far, it's going okay. I will just say I take exception on Sundays. Apparently that is a thing. I didn't know that. And whilst I'm not the alcohol side, I will just absolutely not be drinking for the whole. Personally, I know for my health, I need to just make sure I am getting enough sleep. So whilst I might kind of skim on some hours of sleep during the week, I am taking Sundays as a rest day, and I will be sleeping in. Well, not like just because I can, but actually I will be making sure I'm getting my sleep on a Sunday morning. So apart from Sundays, so effectively it's kind of Monday to Saturday. I will be getting up at 5 a.m. and so far I have 5 to 5:20, because I think it was Thursday I really struggled. But you know, for me, I'm happy with that. It's a struggle. I find first thing in the morning, well, at least kind of for the first 45 minutes, I'm kind of, you know, struggling to just get awake. But once I am, it's fine. And I find that I'm feeling tireder earlier in the evening, which is a good thing because it means I should be getting to bed earlier. But actually, once I kind of start moving and getting up and doing things for the morning, I'm okay. Trying to be careful how I pray, because if I pray too comfortably, it's so easy to sort of just fall back and go to sleep. So I have to be careful how I pray, but yes, it's going okay so far. Still kind of feeling like I'm rushing in the mornings, but I think that's just because I need to structure my morning and actually get started with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the 40 days goes. Hopefully I will be productively transformed, is that a word? But actually just feeling, actually I can do this, and I feel that my relationship with God is richer, my prayer life is stronger, and I learn so much more. Are you giving up anything for Lent? Are you taking up anything for Lent? Are you just going, nope, it's been a sort of feeling like Lent for the last year, I'm not doing anything? But hopefully, you know, we can take this time to just reflect and grow with God. I hope and pray everyone is doing well, and hopefully I can do some more videos. It's I've had a bit of a done a couple videos today, and actually it's been fun. So I hope to see you all soon, and have a lovely day. Bye.